There's a secret in the world of money and power, a secret so powerful and so close that most people can't see it, even those who think they understand finance inside and out. The ones missing it are usually the funds, the big investment firms, the flashy hedge funds chasing the next big thing. But family offices, they see the world differently. They operate in a space where most don't even realize there's a game being played. They get what funds simply can't or won't see. And it's this very difference, this hidden vision, that separates winners from the crowd, the rare from the ordinary. Right now, if you feel stuck, if you feel like you're fighting an uphill battle against noise, short-term blind spots, endless pressure, and a system that feels designed to keep you small, pay attention. Because what you're about to hear could change everything. Funds, these giants of capital, are working inside a cage of rules, assumptions, and pressures that blind them. They chase metrics. They celebrate the obvious. They trust formulas and history, stuck in quarterly cycles, data points, and the blindness of the herd. They're playing checkers when family offices are playing chess, or even a whole different game altogether. Their mindset is tailored for mass, for speed, for volume. But in that blink, in that rush, they miss what's essential. The rare opportunities, the deep context, the slow burn value, the relationships, the signals only visible when you're patient, selective, and fiercely sovereign. They miss the pulse that runs beneath the surface, the currents of real change, the quiet evolution that massive funds can't feel when they're bulked up by goals and greed. Family offices don't just see dollars. They see stories. They see legacies. They see potential not just for profit, but for transformation. They're not caught in the trap of the louder the better or the faster the bigger. They play the long game, the game where patience isn't a weakness but the sharpest weapon, where real power lives in the invisible architecture of trust, alignment, and discipline. If you feel the chaos around you, the noise of markets that never sleeps, of investments that feel like next week's tabloids, then you're already sensing the difference. And here's what's crushing for most. It's not because they lack capital, intelligence, or technology. It's because they lack clarity. They lack sovereignty. They lack connection to the right people who burn the way they burn. Here's where it gets real. The problem isn't the economy, the system, or even the opportunities themselves. The problem is the system that squeezes brilliance into conformity, into numbers, into trends, into complacency. The world tells you freedom is yours, but feeds you rules that cage you. It promises equality and rewards mediocrity. It hands out instructions that slowly kill the fire inside you. This system, the finance world, society's default, doesn't build infrastructure for the exceptional. It's designed to optimize what's already comfortable, what's already proven, what's barely enough to keep the lights on. That's why funds miss the magic. They're bound by their own survival, pressure from investors, and an obsession with short-term wins that quietly kills the soul of long-term vision. Family offices, on the other hand, are islands of sovereignty in this storm. They reject that easy comfort. They don't just accumulate money, they cultivate power and purpose. They lean into uncomfortable questions, break the mold, and say no to what the system demands, and yes to what the future requires. They know greatness isn't in following the crowd, but in defining their own path. They sit in the discomfort of uncertainty because they understand that this is where the real treasures and breakthroughs hide. Family offices are not about fitting in. They are about standing apart, standing so firm that what others see as risk, they see as opening. And here's the secret sauce no one talks about. Family offices see people, not just assets. They get that every deal, every fund, every startup is powered by humans with passion, pain, and purpose. They know this game is human before it's financial. They go beyond the spreadsheets and metrics to find those rare founders who are done with the noise, who refuse to be processed by the system, who burn brighter than anything the usual marketplace can contain. These aren't just investments. These are ignitions of change. Family offices don't look for safe bets. They look for those sparks, those rare voices and visions that others overlook, and that's where true transformation waits. But if you're watching this now, feeling a silent rage at the system, feeling the itch beneath your skin, then you're already different. Because you're not here for comfort or status quo. You want more than just a line on a balance sheet. You want to see reality clearly, stand free, and build without chains. That's why family offices tend to be more than wealth holders. They're rebels, visionaries, builders who clash with the rules and create something new from the ruins of the old. They're not distracted by the fear of standing out. They work the edges where rules fall apart and new power is forged. Now, listen closely, because this is where it hits home. You can't just copy what the funds do and expect to see what family offices see. It's not a tactic or a tool, it's a mindset shift. It's ruthlessness in being sovereign, in questioning everything, in being selective with who you align your fire to. You must stop chasing belonging and start crafting your own becoming. This is about building every day, quietly and fiercely, your own autonomous network, that rare synergy where the misunderstood meet, support, and explode potential. No shortcuts, no compromises. If you feel that untouchable hunger, that impatience for meaning, here's how the few make it happen. They embrace patience like a weapon, not a trap. They know that eternity favors those who master the long game. While the masses obsess over quarterly earnings, family offices are weaving legacies, creating impact that lasts lifetimes, not just years. They see that finance is built on relationships, trust, and alignment, and they commit ferociously to these over mere performances. They see that the system is missing something critical: fierce, complementary connections between rare individuals who burn brightest when they burn together. The power isn't in numbers. The power is in the right numbers, aligned in harmony. You've probably felt the cold truth that most professionals, investors, even founders are lonely in their brilliance, isolated because the system doesn't make space for the rare. Family offices fix this by building invisible bridges that turn misaligned brilliance into unstoppable aligned power. They don't erase difference. They sharpen it, honor it, make it the foundation of a solid, radical network. This is the future they're shaping, where unity is not sameness, but contrast, where power is not noise, but essence, where progress isn't granted from the center, but forged from the edges. This is not about changing the world for everyone. It's about freeing the few who can free many. It's about doing the hard work others avoid, becoming sovereign, becoming critical, becoming transformative, becoming selective, and above all, becoming patient. For those willing to walk away from false comfort to live a life that's unapologetically their own, family offices show the way. They prove that the future isn't a line on a chart or a trend, but a movement of individuals who break free and rewrite what reality means. So if you're tired of the easy stories, the hollow promises, the endless noise diluted by crowds who don't dare, open your eyes. Family offices see beyond the guise of money alone. They see faith in people, possibilities that don't fit in boxes, futures that feel almost unreachable, until you burn for them, build for them, and refuse to let go. And that's the power waiting to be awakened within you. No one else will give you this. Not the funds, not the system. Only you, by choosing this path, by claiming your sovereignty, and by connecting to the rare few who burn as wildly as you do. Because together, this network isn't just money. It's movement. It's revolution. It's becoming what the world forgot it needed. The future in the hands of those who refuse to borrow life, who refuse to settle, who refuse to bend. They don't just see what others miss. They create what others dare not imagine. That vision is your invitation. Not to follow, not to conform, but to rise, to build, to transcend. And it starts the moment you say yes to becoming more than what the world expects and everything it needs.